Last of Us 2 fans are some of the most stupid, brain dead people on Earth. Basically like the zombies. To me, the game has fun combat and stealth, but the writing is abysmal, and the characters are definitely not as interesting compared to the first game. Even Ellie in the second game is just a vengeful, hateful, ugly little lesbian. However, the game is still fun outside of the boring walking segments. Anyway, there's this common thought or belief system that Last of Us fans have, specifically the ones who praise Part 2, is that Joel doomed humanity and that he ruined the cure that was inside Ellie's brain. Oh, they should have let that crazy doctor operate on her and remove her brain to try and make a miracle cure. This ideal of a cure that Last of Us 2 fans have is completely retarded. There's a bunch of reasons as to why it wouldn't work. First of all, the leader of the Firefly is Marlene. In the first game, she herself even told Joel that her group barely made it to the hospital. So if the Fireflies barely made it to the hospital, what makes you think they could actually spread a miracle cure? Because there's like hunters and zombies all over the place. Second of all, how is one host actually going to make a cure for potentially millions of people? Like you're telling me, like as far as we know, Ellie is the only immune person. But instead of like keeping her alive to study her, you're like, oh, let's just kill her. Second of all, or I'm sorry, third of all, the chances of a cure actually working are excessively low. Because here's the thing. Oh, her face just changed. But like, okay, here's the thing. They did the surgery in a dirty hospital room, so yeah, I don't see that working. Also, I think the surgeon, Abby's dad, I think he wasn't even a real doctor. He was actually just a vet, an animal doctor. So yeah. Also, in this game, The Last of Us 2, it shows us that Abby's dad is very stupid. Like the guy goes out of his way to rescue some random zebra, and that's supposed to make him seem like a good guy. What else? What are some other issues? Oh yeah, how could they convince people that even if they made a cure, how could they convince people that the cure works? I don't think so because if I went up to you with a random vaccine with no valid evidence and tell you, "Hey, this is a cure for this disease," would you trust me? Would you trust me at all? And again, how are they going to even spread the cure? Because first of all, there are hunters everywhere that don't care about a cure. They'll shoot you on sight. You know, not to mention the zombies. Because having a cure isn't going to get rid of the millions of infected zombies. And how would they prove that the cure works? Like, are they going to have to like watch someone get bitten and then see if they turn? Who's stupid enough to take that risk? I don't think anybody's stupid enough to take that kind of risk. Although, as The Last of Us 2 has showed me, characters in this game are very stupid and reckless. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there would be someone stupid enough to take that risk. But yeah, in fact, if the Fireflies couldn't even get past Joel, what makes you think they could get past all the other obstacles that, would stop them from trying to spread a miracle cure? And why would anyone trust the Fireflies? They're literally a crazy terrorist organization that ran around pulling off useless bombings and useless car bombing attacks. And one of them literally even got infected by a monkey in the first game. The Fireflies are stupid. In fact, Marlene's also an idiot too for telling Joel that, hey, we're gonna kill Ellie. This person that sort of became your daughter. Like, why would you tell Joel that? Like, keep that a secret. Like Joel was literally, well, no, he wasn't gonna just drop her off, but they still could have performed that operation and not tell Joel about it, or maybe kill Joel in his sleep. I mean, they already put a gun up to him and try to escort him out of the hospital with no guns. By the way, speaking of which, the guns that was literally the original reason as to why Joel went on the adventure was because Marlene promised him guns in return for escorting Ellie, and Marlene tried to have Joel sent back out of the hospital unarmed. You're sending someone unarmed back out into the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, Joel had every single right to defend himself and slaughter a bunch of fireflies. And to be fair, like I said earlier, it was a good test because if you can't get past one middle aged old man, what makes you think you can spread some sort of magic miracle cure? So, yeah, Last of Us 2 fans, please think more critically. You're allowed to enjoy this game. I'm enjoying it too. But you also got to acknowledge that the writing is pretty abysmal and very poorly written. Personally, to me, the second game isn't even canon with how stupid it is. And the IP is pretty much dead because nobody likes Abby. You know, even if her revenge is justified, she's just a very boring character to play as. And now that you got rid of Joel, the character that everybody liked, I don't really see the purpose in making a part three. Like that sounds like a financial bomb to me. Especially since Naughty Dog's working on this gay looking intergalactic game. It's been in development for years, and all we got was a cinematic trailer of some smug looking bald lesbian. Like, who wants to buy that? I'm definitely not buying it. I hear the game is already over budget, and I hope it flops.